Hey everyone, and welcome back to Space Quest: The Lost Chapter. I'm sorry for the delay in uploading this. There's been some issues here. My walkthrough is slightly inaccurate, and the things we need to do for the end of the game, you have to do in a certain specific order. You can change it up a little bit, but there's one thing you can totally screw yourself on if you do it too early. So, it took me 3 times to get it right. Actually, no, I recorded it 3 times, and on the 4th time I had finally gotten everything right, and the recording stopped on me in like the middle of the first video. So I'm like, screw it, I'm not even gonna bother right now. So, because I already spent like 2 hours trying to. I need to press 12. So let's... Yeah, I'm turning the speed up because there's nothing here that's going to kill me, so... You appear to be on the bottom level of the ship, level 12. So yeah, and apparently in this ship the level numbers don't rise as you go into floors, they count floors going down. Which is okay, whatever. So technically we're in basement level 12. If they want to cut level 12, they can do that. It looks like a pressurized chamber. This is probably the entrance to the docking bay. There's a panel under a large screen on the wall with a compartment to the right of it. There's a large door on the west wall. It looks like the entrance to the bay. And yes, if you notice, this looks familiar to the docking bay in Space Quest 1, so this is indeed the docking bay. Now, as if this is the panel they're talking about. What do we do with panels? Well, one thing we do is we press the green buttons. You press the green button on the panel and the large door opens. Ooh, what do we have here? You've entered the docking bay. It's quite large with many ships parked inside. You can see a panel on the large purple pole near the center of the bay. The large bay doors are off to the north and the door out is to the east. You can see 2 Tormenians working on some kind of ship inside the bay. Hello, my fellow Tormenians. Now, there's nothing we need to do here yet but hang around. And this is the part that can get you stuck, like it did me, a few times. After hanging around for ages, the Tormenians either get used to you or forget you're there. Based on past experience, it's probably the latter. In any case, you overhear a conversation the 2 Tormenians start up. And God, I'm sick of doing these voices for these stupid things, because I recorded this scene like 4 times now. You really think we're gonna get this thing to work? Sure, we're onto something here. All we have to do is get these components to start frying and we're in business. We have to stop it from turning people into mush as well. That was a fluke, I tell you. The way I see it, pretty soon we'll be able to get this sucker up and running. After that, there'll be no limit to what we can do. Using the time dilator technology, I'm sure we're gonna crack this thing wide open. Just think of what it's gonna mean to be able to move through time itself! If the captain ever found out we were close, he'd be jumping out of his skin. Of course, I don't want to be the one to tell him we slide 3 volunteers. He probably knows already. Besides, they were prisoners. Nobody cares. Ugh, have you thought of what you'd call it if you get it running properly? I was thinking something like Time Slug 1.0, or maybe we could name it after my #1 wife. Herebrud. Maybe you should stick with the Time Slug. You think? Yeah, it has a nice ring to it. And it doesn't sound like a fur pig. Hey! Wow, Roger, these guys are working on a time machine. Not that it helps you, but it's still cool. So yeah, in Space Quest veterans will kind of know where this is going. Now this is kind of... I heard that they leave if you stand around long enough, but we don't need to wait for them to do that. But this is important, because if you don't do this part now, if you come back here later, they won't be here, and you'll miss that whole segment. But we need to, if we do whatever else we need to do, we need to do something else in here too. But if we do that too early, we're going to screw ourselves up for something else later. So just listen to the conversation and come back. And we'll be going back down here later. So that's very important, is to not do both steps at once, and do not wait until the very end to take care of that. And you'll understand why when I actually get to that point in the game. So let's press 7. Is something to do in here? Yeah, I can see I've overwritten these games like a zillion times. Let's look around. You are in one of the many science rooms on the large spacecraft, which is pretty much the standard description. You see aliens working away at various computers and machinery. Let's talk to this guy, because he's the only guy we can really see. You once again annoy a hard-working Tormenian. You sure are a busybody. But this actually responds to your dull, droning voice. Must be all those sequel breaks in sleep chambers. Oh, hi. Are you supposed to be here? I thought I knew everyone assigned to Lab 7. Anyway, could you move over there? I'm very busy right now. I can't get this stupid thing to work and it's really holding me back. Last thing I need is some newbie in my way. With that, he goes back to fixing whatever it is he's trying to fix. Damn it. So this guy needs our help. Well, remember what we gave to the guy who gave the drink? So we need to give him the spanner. Getting a truly brilliant and rare idea, spelling error, whip out your Yuki spanner and present it to the frustrated Tormenian. His eyes light up like Fromian candles, and he takes it from you, handing over his useless monkey wrench in the process. Wow, there's the tool I need. Where have you been for the last 2 hours? I've been banging my poor fingers around this scat splitter, and I was just about to cram a Fritzl knob in there. The Tormenian takes the tool and starts fiddling away at the machine. Once again, you've solved someone else's problem by just being in the right place at the right time. If only you could find a way to solve that nagging itch you got from the Swamp Lost sequel. Okay, so we're done here. Now these guys right here, let me show you this. Actually, no, I'm gonna show you. These are present on every floor. Basically, if you walk in the stream, actually I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to die. They'll tell you you're not cleared for this area, and if you keep walking, they will capture you. They'll throw you in the prison cell, and you'll die of starvation there because nobody gives a shit about you. Yeah. So now we're going to. Yeah, they're everywhere. So it's kind of neat because it makes sense plot-wise, and it's. Actually, I'm gonna slow the speed game down first. It makes sense to the plot, and it's kind of the game's way of telling you you don't need to go over here. Let's look around in here. You are what seems to be the lookout area on the ship. Alright. You see aliens relaxing and gazing at the stars. There are a few aliens here, all of whom must have some job aboard the ship. They are all taking it easy, completely oblivious to you. Besides the 2 Tormenians, there is I don't know what the fuck that says, and one of the 3-legged aliens, a Varakian, sitting on the chair, the couch, near the center of the room. There's also a blobby thing wandering around the room. If you're not mistaken, that's exactly what it is, a blobby. And stay away from the blobby. He will kill you. So, stay away. Get away from my Varakian. I need to talk to this guy. Yeah, this is a Varakian. I'm right fucking next to him. Wrong button. The Varakian looks up at you and gives you an expression that seems a lot like recognition. Jeez, what are you doing here? I thought you were missing or something. Nobody told me you got back. I thought you'd seen the last of you for sure. Well, I fixed that problem with your card about 2 months ago, but I couldn't find you and just forgot about it. The number I assigned you won't be valid now anyway. They change those codes practically every day. All the numbers enter 993 now, and your card wasn't even able to be reprogrammed properly. I think you really fried something that time when you dropped it in the toilet that time. You should really be more careful. Don't look at me, though. I can't help you. You're gonna have to go check security for a new card. Hey, stop looking at me with that blank stare. I told you I fixed it, but you weren't around. You're not getting your money back, so go away. Besides, I don't think they give a klutz like you clearance again after the way you screwed things up last time. The Varakian turns away from you and tries to ignore you. Well, besides you finding the skin of a Tormenian that apparently had many of the qualities you have made legendary, it seems you found out something interesting from this Varakian. You feel a little funny knowing you may be walking around in somebody else's skin, but being as you are apparently kindred spirits, the sensation passes. Okay, and that's all we need to do there. And apparently get away from the door! Apparently he's the only guy who notices that, yes, we do need to have a blank stare, because obviously we're wearing a mask and thus cannot blink. So yeah, let me go in the elevator here. And that's all the time we have for this episode, so I will see everyone.